Welcome everyone to Rules Explained. In this episode, we are going over the game Ogre. We're actually going to be playing it and describing it to you. And for those on the video podcast, you'll actually be able to see us playing it. And hopefully you'll get some enjoyment out of this. I'm John Merritt,
I'm Rob Nothing.
and let's get rolling. Rob, what are we looking at?
Well, we had trouble finding the actual Ogre map on the simulator that we're using here. So we decided just to go ahead and use the GEV map. GEV was the supplement to this game. Actually, it was a self-contained game. You didn't need Ogre to play it, but it expanded the unit types and, as you can see, the terrain types. So what we're going to do here is just for the purposes of demonstrating the rules that we've explained over the last couple of episodes, is we're just going to go ahead and treat every hex here as just a blank hex. The terrain is not going to matter no matter what terrain it is. It's just going to cost one movement point to move along it, and there's no stopping line of sight. There's no blocking line of sight. So it's going to be a free-for-all here. And as you can see, you've already done the setup. John has elected to go ahead and set up his forces north of an arbitrary line that we set at 1/3 of the way down the map board to simulate what the Ogre map would be. He has tried to defend his command post. John, if you could point out where you put your command post, there it is. That is my objective. If I crush that command post, if I hit that command post with anything, or if I fire it successfully with anti-personnel weapons, I win the game. I don't have. It doesn't matter what happens to my unit as long as I crush the command post. So he set up his defensive units, and he chose 12 armor units as the scenario dictates, and 20 strength points of infantry. John, why don't you go ahead and explain to everyone why you chose the units you did, because that's part of the game, is actually just choosing the units for defense.
Well, for the infantry, I did a mix of 3, 2, and 1. I wanted the 3 for. I was hoping to balance things out with the infantry, just to give me some playroom. Because what I want to do is get the infantry in close, so I can start taking out the treads. I got a couple howitzers here, one on each side. They have a range of 8, so I was hoping when he gets close, I could kind of hopefully get him in the middle somehow and plug him away, plug at him that way. I have a couple heavy tanks and GEVs protecting the howitzers. So hopefully when he gets close, I'll be able to hit him with those before he takes those guys out, and hopefully whittle him down, whittle his treads down so I can slow him down, and then once I can at least stop him from moving, then start to taking out his weapons. So that's the strategy I have. We'll see if it actually works, because that thing is a beast. I mean, look at it. The Ogre Mark III. Oh, he hasn't named it yet. It's got 4 secondary batteries, 2 missiles, 1 main battery, 45 tread units, 8 anti-personnel. It's going to be a fight.
Looking forward to seeing how this pans out.
So, first move is Ogre moves.
All right, so I have all my tread units intact, so I do not suffer any movement reduction, so I get 3 movement points. 1, 2, and 3. So my unit has moved, and now we move to what phase?
Ogre fires.
Ogre fires. Well, my longest range weapon is the missiles. And if I counted my spaces, 1, 2, 3, and you're allowed to do this, 4, 5, 6, you can see that he is not within range of my longest range weapons. So I am going to elect not to fire my missiles, which would be a very silly thing to do since I only have 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and call my turn over.
All right, then I start with moving. So I have a GEV here. He has a movement value of 4-3. So because he moves twice a turn, the first time he moves is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The heavy tank's going to join him with a movement value of 3. 1, 2, 3. Have some infantry over here. Movement value of 2. 1, 2. Got a light tank. What do we have? Movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to drive right through the water. Howitzer has a movement of 0.
Yes, the howitzers have movement of 0. Somebody might be asking, why do the infantry move so fast? Remember, these are powered infantry. They are using powered suits, and they have slight jump jet capabilities. So for you Starship Troopers fans, all you need is the bugs.
I may have to throw that movie, and I think it's been a while since I've seen that. I love that movie.
And don't forget to watch the two rather dubious sequels that they put out after that.
I saw the first one. It was actually pretty good.
Oh,
I
and then just as a little obscure Starship Troopers reference, they actually made an animated series called Roughnecks,
saw
where
that
they
one too,
use, yeah,
and that's
and
really
it's
good
not too
actually.
bad. Yeah, not too bad. Tells you how the bugs managed to travel through interstellar space, which I thought was a glaring oversight in the film.
All right, movement done. Now I have the movement, or not movement. Now I have the fire phase. I don't have anything in range. The closest thing I have is a GEV who has a range of 2. Because first it's attack, then it's range. So he has a range of 2.
Yeah.
And my howitzers are still have a nice range of oops, wrong button. Range of 8. So he is still out of range. So my fire phase is done. Now my second movement phase gets in, but just for the GEVs.
Yep.
This guy's can move another 3. 1, 2, 3.
I am so happy.
I know. You're going to blow the crap out of me. That's a GEV. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think that's it for the GEVs. Tanks don't move. Okay, my second movement phase ends. Now we go back to the Ogre move phase.
All right. So again, I can move 3 spaces. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my goodness sakes, this should be interesting.
Oh dear, oh
All
dear.
right. So now we are at the ogre fight, and this is how fun this game is. There's not that much downtime. I mean, the ogre just moves, then he fires, then the next player moves. So there's a lot of quick action going on here. All right. So again, my longest range weapon is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could technically target that. What is that? Is this?
Light tank.
It's a light tank. I could technically target that if I wanted to with a missile, but that would be overkill. I want to save my 6 to go ahead and take out something like a heavy tank. So wait a minute. Oh, what's over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go ahead and fire one of my missiles. I'm going to see if I can't take that out. However, now here's where the strategy comes in. What is the defense, John, on your heavy tank?
3.
3. My attack strength on a missile is 6. So if you go to the CRT, you will notice that the best chance of me is I have a 50-50 chance of destroying that heavy tank.
Right, because that's a 2 to 1.
Yes, if I want to improve my odds, I want to go ahead and get another 3 attack factors in there somehow. However, I would have to fire both missiles to do that because my next long-range weapon system is the main battery, and it only has a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, and plus I have to consider that GV that snuck up on me. So I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. I'm going to fire 1 missile, which means I have to go ahead and I have to remove it from my list there because the missiles are the only expendable ammo that the ogre has. So that missile is gone, and I'm firing it at the heavy tank. So I need a D. Oh, the D. This is interesting, by the way. The D6 has already got the results on it, which I think is fascinating.
Yeah, that is cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll, and I can't read it from that point.
That's
what
okay.
Did I get?
This is a 2 to 1 ratio.
Yes.
It is a D.
So I did not get lucky. All I did was disable you. So I've knocked you out. Yes, you are temporarily disabled, which means until the end of my next fire phase, you can't do anything with that heavy tank, which is good. That's just as good as a win as far as I'm concerned. All right, so the missile kind of disabled you temporarily. So now I'm going to go ahead and fire. I'm just going to obliterate that GEV. And just for the sake of arguments,
with his defense of
defense of 2. So at a 5 to 1 ratio, if you remember the Katak's table, it says at a 5 to 1, it's an automatic X. So if I can get 10 attack factors, I'm just going to obliterate the GEV. So let's go ahead and find out how I can do this. 1 main battery is a 4. And then 2 secondary batteries would be 7 and 10. I am firing 2 secondary batteries and 1 main battery at the GEV in what can only be described as excess.
So
And
he's
I've
dead.
completely destroyed the GEV.
All right, he blows up. Oh, you know what we can
And
do.
that is my only attacks because everything else is out of range at this particular time.
That's what's left of him.
And except for light tank. But oh, you put a dead marker. That was cool. All right. My turn is over. I'm feeling very confident. The AI system on the Ogre internal CPU is joyous if you can have a joyous CPU.
All right, my heavy tank. What's his movement? 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-oh.
2, 3. Yeah.
Now, this is where things get more interesting because as you noticed for you watching at home or listening at home, when John pulled up that GEV so quickly, he only had one target that I could go ahead and fire at that close of a range. And that just said, hey, why not? Why don't I just go for 5 to 1 and obliterate it without any die roll necessary? So what you want to do is you want to give me targets. You want to go ahead and overwhelm my attack capabilities. And right now, this looks like what John is doing is just that. He's trying to overwhelm my attack capabilities here.
Right, so I'm taking my army and I'm slowly moving everything right towards him.
Mm-hmm.
So he took one of my guys out, disabled another one. I believe I'm still out of range. This guy has a range of... Oh, come on, come up. Not going to come up. Range of 2, so no one is in range. Still. So he has a range of 2. Yeah, I have to get like really up close and personal with you.
And this is what you did when you did your unit selection. Did you choose any missile tanks?
No.
Missile tanks have a very good range as well as the howitzer. So this is
okay.
where we're going to see. This is how interesting this game is. Whether you win or lose is going to depend on your setup in a lot of ways.
Okay,
You might want to think about it like your first opening moves of chess. I mean, your setup and your units are going to determine your chances of success.
Okay,
so, John, you have moved all your units and you have nothing within range.
Yep, so now I get to move the GEVs again. But I don't want to move them that close just yet, so I'm done. Nope, I'm done. You come to me.
All right, that's a good strategy. Let the Ogre come to you.
So
all right,
I'm
so
done.
now it's my turn. Now I need to watch out for that howitzer. That's the only unit I really fear at this point. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8. Holy crap. So as soon as I try to get within range, you're going to be able to shoot that howitzer at me.
Oh, yes.
All right. However, there's only one howitzer within range, and I think if I did a quick charge, I should be able to take out most of your defending force. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick charge. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get as close to you as I possibly can. And I'm going to go ahead and try to take out as many of those units as I can this round. Now, remember, if I do decide to fire at that tank, that heavy tank, any D results become a destroyed result because it's already disrupted. But we'll see what I decide to do when I decide to do it.
So moving phase done. Now your fire phase.
Now my fire phase. Okay, so now I need to start thinking again. My missiles still have a range of 5. So let me see here. I got a range 1, 2, 3, 4. That howitzer is still going to be out of range. However, I still think I'm going to go ahead and try for the other heavy tank. So here we go. I'm going to fire my last missile at that heavy tank. This is going to be at a 2 to 1 ratio. Are you ready for this?
Go.
Go. Once again, I cannot read it.
It's a D.
Geez, come on. I need to go. Well, at least I'm getting something. I guess I could have got a 1, which would have resulted in no effect at all. But at least I'm knocking these guys out. All right, so now my missiles are gone, but I still am capable of firing that main battery. You know what? That main battery with a 4 is going to go ahead and fire at a 1 to 1 against the... Oh, well... No, I'm going to fire again at a 2 to 1 against your light tank. All right, so again, I have a 4 attack strength main battery, and it's going to go ahead and go at a 2-to-1 against your 2 defense for the light tank.
All right.
Okay. What did I get?
A 2-to-1 is a D.
Jeez, I can't get anything better than a D, but that's okay. I'm disabling these guys. I'm doing all right. Okay, so that was my main battery. Okay. I have my anti-personnel are out of range. We'll see what happens when you decide to come towards me next round. Um, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change my strategy here. I'm going to go ahead and take, you have a defensive 3 with the heavy tanks, correct?
Let me just flip this real quick.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to take 3 secondary batteries with a total attack value of 9
Okay.
and attack your disabled heavy tank.
All right.
Okay. 3-to-1 means a D, an X, 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 X. There's no chance for your guy. I destroy him.
He's gone. Oh, whoops. Just because it's fun. Oops, that's not it. There it is.
So I have fired 3 secondary batteries, 1 main battery, and a missile. I have 1 secondary battery remaining with an attack of 3. I will go ahead and fire at the infantry at a 3-to-1 ratio, a 3 attack versus 1 defense.
All right.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
If you right-click and press roll like two or 3 times, it'll bounce it, and you'll be able to get a really good roll.
All right. So what did I get with my 3-to-1 there? What does it say?
It's an X.
Destroy that infantry.
All right. Squash.
All right. So I have fired all my weapons, and now you guys are beginning to realize, who are watching this, the Ogre is extraordinarily deadly. But now we're going to see how well he can take me out with his defense. Go.
Yeah, this is going to hurt. So the GEVs are going to move in first. They're going to move here. 1, 2, 3. Military. Infantry are going to scoot in. Let me see. We got 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Light tanks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Moving my infantry over. Those guys are going to guard him. You don't move. Movement done. Fire phase. Bang, bang. Okay, my 2 GEVs that are next to your Ogre, they're going to fire at your secondary batteries.
Okay, so are you going to combine fire into one of them?
Yes, we're going to combine them. So it's an attack strength of 4.
Yep. Defense on the secondary is 3.
Yep. So
that's a 1-to-1.
It's a 1-to-1. Yep. And wow, how is that even possible?
We have defied physics.
There we
go. So what does a 1-to-1 say?
1-to-1 is a D.
So D results have no effect on Ogre systems.
All right, and the infantry, I think they have a range of 1, so they're out of range. My howitzer is going to fire at your secondary. So that's a 2-to-1.
Thought you wanted the treads.
I do.
All right, I was just wondering.
Yeah, I would try and get the infantry in there because your secondaries are actually more deadly than your main battery.
Yeah, I would agree. So there you go. And you are firing 8 attack factors, or is it 6? I'm sorry.
6 against
versus
a 3.
Yep, 2 to 1.
So it's a 2-to-1. So it's an NE.
Ooh, oh man, I'm so sorry, John. Your big gun did nothing.
Crash. Yep, and that's it for firing.
So the GVs better make a high tail out of there.
Right. So firing done. Movement is 3. 1, 2, 3. These guys are gonna back off. 1, 2, 3.
And that's the advantage of the GV.
It is the advantage. However, the Thing is, your range though for your secondary, oh, is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, and 3, and you're out of missiles. Yeah, so you got to get up close and personal. Okay,
Mhm.
done.
All right, now it's my turn again. Now here's where things get interesting, if they have not already gotten in this interesting. Okay, I have to go ahead now. Oops.
Oh, sorry, I have it locked. Here, let
Oh,
me
thank you.
unlock it. Do you want that unlocked?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to be able to move it over and keep it close. All right,
It'll,
so now
it's gonna start
I need
fire.
to go ahead and move forward. So for the purposes of this game, I think we need to go ahead and demonstrate the overrun rules. So here we go. I probably wouldn't do this if I were playing because it's too risky, but I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3. I am now going to try to overrun that disabled heavy tank. Okay.
Ooh, ouch.
So let's see what happens during this situation. So we need to go now to the rules section that talks about, this type of overrunning, this type of ramming, if you wish. Okay. All right. So any immobile armor unit, i.e., hold on a second, howitzer or any disabled unit is destroyed if rammed. So guess what? I guess it wasn't too risky. So go ahead, John, take that guy away. And that's the end of my movement phase. I just crushed the disabled unit.
Squish. So much for my heavy tanks. Oh, I still have 1 left.
So now it is my attack phase.
Yep.
So now I'm going to go ahead and attack. Oh, there's another heavy tank. That heavy tank is at 3 hexes. So it's out of the range of my secondary batteries, which is disappointing. So I'm going to just try a 1-to-1 attack with the main battery. Okay? So here we go. 1-to-1 attack with the main battery.
All right, the 1-to-1 is NE.
Oh, I completely did not penetrate the tough BPC armor of the heavy tank. Okay, so the main battery is done. My 4 secondary batteries, you know what? We're going to get rid of those pesky GEVs. So I'm going to fire 2 secondary batteries at 1 each. So that's going to be 6 attack factors. That's going to be a 3-to-1 against each GEV.
All
Okay?
right.
So the first target will be the northernmost one right there.
All right.
Okay? So a 3-to-1 attack.
That is an X. Actually, the whole thing is X. Yeah. Is that
Should
right?
it be no, it should be a D for oh, I'm sorry, because no, you're right. Because that must be the 6 on this. So we're good. So I destroy
Wow.
that GV.
All right.
And now my next attack versus the southernmost GEV is going to be at the same. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What did I get for that one?
A 3-to-1 is a D.
Okay, so I disable that GEV.
Okay.
So those were my secondary batteries, and my main battery, my anti-personnel weapons are still out of range. This is going to be the critical phase for you because I'm still within range of the howitzer. Your infantry are going to get within range and be able to start messing with me. So is your heavy tank. So let's see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy is no longer disabled because he
Actually,
was disabled.
No, it's the other guy. It's this guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That
Light
guy.
tank.
Beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah,
guy.
this is the guy you just
Yes,
disabled.
just disabled him. Okay,
So
so
he
now
flips
it is.
over.
Yep.
So he goes 1, 2. And you're going to quickly get out of range of him. Infantry are moving in. See, I can't stack infantry, can I?
You can. I don't know if it's going to do because you can combine up to 3 infantry. So let's see if it just combines them. Did it?
No, but it does tell me that I have 2 stacks under here.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that with infantry. You can
Yeah.
combine them into it. So technically, that's a two infantry, or I should say a 2-1 infantry with a defense of 2.
So move these over. Take this light tank. He's got a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go. Oops. Boop. Go here. Move that infantry up. Yeah, you're ripping me apart, and I've done nothing to you. All right. So these two infantry, I'm just going to move him there for now. So I have a stack of 3 and a stack of 1. So the stack of 3 have an attack value of 3, and I'm going to attack your treads.
Okay.
So that's always at a 1-to-1, correct?
Yes, but if you hit, you destroy 3 tread units.
All right. So on a 1-to-1, that's a D.
That will be nothing, unfortunately.
Of course. Now the other one, he's going to roll. That's a D, so they're done. The infantry just in front of you, he's going to attack. And a 1-to-1 is a D. And the last infantry, he's going to roll. On a 1-to-1 is an X.
Oh, so you destroyed 1 tread unit because it's only 1 strength infantry?
Yep. Uh-huh.
There you go.
So 1 tread destroyed. There. Give up yet?
Oh, you still got other stuff.
My light tank just down the road is going to fire at you.
Okay. What's his target?
Well, he's going to combine power with the other light tank. And we're going to attack your treads as well. No, because that's always done at a 1-to-1, isn't it?
I think you wanted to move him here. I'm sorry. Because you could move 3,
You're right.
1, 2, 3.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, yes, you can attack what now? I'm sorry.
Well, they're always... Treads are always... that's right. But then the damage is that... So, yes. These two are going to combine and attack your treads.
Okay.
So, this light tank, that light tank is going to attack your treads.
Very interesting choices here, and I'll explain this to the people who are watching, because John could have done just 2 separate 1-to-1 attacks, but he's trying to go ahead and put all his eggs in one basket. So what did he do?
He did an NE.
Okay.
Damn. I was hoping to hit, because then I would have done, 4 points of damage.
Yes.
Which would have done at least something. Okay, then the heavy tank, range of 2. He's out of range. And then the howitzer. Boom. He shoots off, and he's going to go after your treads as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Please, please, please. NE, of course. All right. I've taken out 1 tread. Now, my GEVs can move again, and there's none on the table, so I'm done. Your turn.
All right. Well, here we go.
So you have your
trying
movement.
to think of my options here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. This is just going to be nasty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One, and I'm moving there. Wait, is there 2 guys there?
Yes.
Okay, so no, I'm going to change my mind. Okay, so 1, I'm moving into there. Okay. Infantry overruns. An ogre unit may not ram infantry, but it may move onto an ogre infantry hex as though the infantry was not there. If the ogre has any anti-personnel weapons left, the infantry unit is automatically reduced by 1 strength point. So how many strength points? Here's 1. I destroyed that infantry unit. 1 movement point. 2 movement points. I'm now going to go ahead and move into that hex with the armor unit. Okay? So now we're going ahead and ramming an actual unit that can possibly fight back. Okay? So here we go. Any armor unit rammed is disabled on a die roll of 1 to 3 and destroyed on a die roll of 4 to 6. Do we have a regular die that we could use?
We do. Let me grab it. Here it is.
Oh.
I put it right next to the other die.
Okay. I forgot to do something. Okay, so just so you know, I forgot to damage my tread units from the last guy I ran over. I just updated that, and I just damaged my tread units because I'm ramming this guy. So you are damaging me every time I run over. It's kind of like think about all your armor units being trapped in the tracks of my treads. So
Defiant till the very end.
yes. All right, so here we go. I only disabled that guy, so I'll move
All
this
right.
out of the way. You can flip him. All right. And now I got one more movement point left, if you can believe all that. So let me scooch the board over, oops, just a little bit. And I'm going to move one more. And that's the end of my movement. Now it's my fire phase. And now all holy hell is going to be rained down upon the defending player. Okay. Anti-infantry is not close enough, so fortunately for you, I can't fire at your infantry at this point. Oh, yes, I can. I have one infantry unit that I can fire on, but I have 8 anti-personnel weapons, and I'm going to go ahead and just
I have a defense of
unload.
3.
Yes. So,
Is that a 3 to
however,
1 then?
well, actually,
No, 2
here's
to 1.
anti-personnel. Yeah. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be 1 to 3 for each one of those. Wow, and that's an automatically no effect. Well, I can combine them together. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Duh. So 8 versus 3 is going to be a 2 to 1.
Correct, because the advantage always goes to the
Yep.
defender.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2 to 1 attack. Where'd the dice go? I lost the dice. Oh, hang on a second. I got to go find the dice. I moved the board over. Hold on. There are the dice. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 2 to 1 attack against that stack of infantry right behind me. What'd I get?
See, a 2 to 1 is an X.
Destroy the entire stack of infantry. That 3 to 1 unit is gone.
You are rolling exceptionally well today.
I am pretty happy about that. But
And I'm rolling exceptionally bad.
all right, my next attack is going to be my against the defensive 3 for the heavy tank, and I'm unloading on this guy 4 secondary batteries and the main battery for a total attack strength of 12, 16.
Wow.
16 versus a 3 is a 5 to 1. Goodbye.
He's off.
And that is my attacks. So this unit gets flipped back over.
Yep.
Oh, is that the heavy? Oh, no, it's a GEV. And it is now your turn. However, I am now within range of your other howitzer, I think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5, 6. Yes. I am now within range of the howitzer.
Yeah, you have decimated my... I mean, I was hoping... I mean, I knew I would lose a lot of guys, but I was hoping to do a little bit of more damage to you before you got to me. So, okay, movement. This guy has a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. Movement of 3. I want to get in front of you. 1, 2, 3. This infantry is going to move in. These guys are going to move up. My command post is going to run away. Just kidding. All right. And I haven't moved these infantry yet. So movement of 2. Where's your ogre? 1, 2. 1, 2. These guys will never catch up. All right, yeah, he's disabled, so that's all right. Okay, so the 1 infantry is going to fire at your tracks.
Okay.
Uh, 1 to 1 is an X.
So is that a 2 strength infantry?
That's a 2 strength infantry.
1, 2.
All right, the other infantry is also going to fire. This is a strength of 1. 1 to 1 is an NE. He doesn't do anything.
Okay.
The GEV just south of him is also going to fire at the treads.
Okay.
Ah, oops, there we go. 1 to 1 is an NE.
Okay.
Because I'm on fire tonight. All right.
Well, several of your units are on fire, so oh,
Literally.
that was bad. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. All right, that's right. I think you destroyed another one there.
Yeah.
There. The board's on fire. All right, the one howitzer is going to fire at your secondary battery because I want to try. Actually, you know what? He's going to fire at the treads. Let's slow this puppy down. Come on. 1-1 is an X.
Oh, 6 tread units gone.
Yes. Lucked out.
1. Oh, wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just keeps wanting to pick it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I have
Ooh.
1 left before my movement is reduced.
All right, then the second howitzer is also going to fire at your treads. Come on. A 1-1 is a D, so that's nothing.
You want to use a hero point?
I would love to use my Pathfinder hero point. All right, infantry is fired, howitzers are fired, the GEV is fired. Did that light tank? I don't think that light tank fired.
I don't know. I don't think it did either. No. So
Right, he's going to also go at the treads. And I got a D. So that's nothing. Because I need an X, don't I?
Yes, unfortunately
okay.
You do.
All right, that's that. Okay, so my fire phase is done, so now my GEVs can move again. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to try and get out of the way. And light tanks don't move, howitzers don't move, and that's the end of my second movement phase. So we move to the Ogre movement phase.
Yes. Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3. Lost track of the CP. I'm moving towards it still.
Oh, he's down here. He's all the way at the end.
Oh, okay. Now here was an interesting choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I would have saved 1 missile, I probably could have ended the game right here.
Yep.
But I didn't. So I'm going to destroy the GEV because that's the only thing I have within range of anything. So I fire all of my weapons at the GEV and wipe it off the face of the planet.
The board's on fire.
That is the end of my turn.
All right, movement phase. 1, 2. 1, 2. And when I've played this game in the past with a computer game, because Steam actually has this game, this was always the problem I ran into, was trying to catch up to it. Move him in. 1, 2. Howitzers don't move. All right.
I'll move that 1 infantry.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Howitzer number 1. Treads. Here we go. Nothing. 1-1 in E. Other howitzer at the treads. 1-1. X.
Uh-oh. 6 more.
6 more.
All right, so here we go. That reduces my movement now to 2 points. That's irritating. Okay.
All right, now we have some infantry. They have a range of 1. So 1 infantry is going to fire. He's a 1-1. He's just a strength 1, I should say. And that's a, ooh, that's an X. So 1 more point of draw. 1.
1. Okay.
And
you're doing good.
Then my 3 infantry is going to fire. Hopefully wear down those treads. Oh, NE, nothing. Okay, the light tank is going to fire at the treads. Oh, X. That is 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think that's all I got for firing.
Now, just so the
Oh, wait, hold
viewers,
on. I got one more light tank. One, two.
okay,
Oh, he's in range because he has a. Oh no, he has a range of 2. Never mind. All right, done. So,
just so the viewers recognize this, if John could have hit, and you might be wondering, why is John wasting all of the shots on the treads? If he would have just gotten an X with another one of those howitzers, just one, he would have knocked me down to one movement point at this point.
yep.
And that was his overall goal. And if he can somehow do it, he still might win this game, because if I get down to 0 movement points and don't have any weapons in range of the CP, he wins. So we're just going to come down to the wire here. But that is the end of your turn, so it's my turn.
Yep.
Okay. So interesting choices. 1,
Ah,
2, and I'm going to
squish.
reduce. I'm going to spend 1 movement point to get here. I'm going to expend another movement point to reduce you for a total of 2. So I'd kill 2 of those infantry units. So that is reduced to a 1.
All right, let me take him off. I got a 1 right here. Where was he there?
Yep, and that is
Okay.
the end of my movement. Fire phase.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I am now going to fire my anti-personnel units at that unit, and I'll go destroy it. 8 anti-personnel units versus 1
Okay.
defense.
Yeah, but you
But
take a tread damage.
all right. My secondary batteries have a range of 2, and I have a bunch of targets within range. Um, I'm going to fire 3 to 1 against the infantry, and I'm going to fire 9 against 2, a 4 to 1 against that tank.
The
So
light
here
tank?
comes here comes the 3 to 1. The 3 to 1 infantry is first. Whoops,
Okay.
where'd the die go? I lost the die.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
So 1, 2 against that infantry. What'd you get?
I can't read it.
Right. This is a 3 to 1.
This is a 2 to 1.
2 to 1 is a D.
So kills it because it's only an infantry.
Right.
And then 9 versus
A 2.
the defensive 2 is a 4 to 1. So
3 to
let me
1.
go ahead. 9 versus 2? 4 to
No,
1.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay. Here we go.
4 to 1 is an X. Bloop. That is destroyed, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Kaboom.
And that is the end of. Wait, I have a main battery left, but okay, you know what? What the heck? I'll fire the main battery attack range 4. I'll have a 2 to 1 attack against that infantry.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I forgot to do it that way. 2 to 1 attack.
2 to 1 is D.
1 point removed.
Okay, so let me grab the 1. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Here's a 1.
So this is the critical phase for you, John. If you can reduce me to 1 movement point, you have a very good chance. But if I get any closer, because my weapon systems are range of 3, so is he going to take a chance and completely unload using everything on the treads to reduce me to 0 movement, or is he going to try to take out maybe the main battery? What is he going to do? Let's see what John's going to do here.
I'm going to try and first take out the treads.
Okay.
So the 1 howitzer is going to fire at your treads.
Okay.
And come on, Papa needs to do a pair of shoes. 1 to 1 is an X.
Oh,
6 points of damage.
and he got me down to 1 movement point. Holy crap. This is
And
going
then
to
the
come down to the wire.
other howitzer is going to fire at his treads.
This could be critical.
1 to 1 is an X.
No way. This is not good for me.
The dice rolls have turned.
Oh my, I'm not only am I reduced to 1 space, but I have almost been immobilized.
Now, you're going to have a lot of little annoying infantry shooting at you.
Okay.
So the first one is a strength 1. So let's see what he gets.
It's always 1 to 1 against treads.
Yep. Ooh, that's an X.
No.
Rolled a 6. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So 1 point.
Okay.
The other one is a strength of 1. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's a nothing.
Okay.
And then the last one is a strength of 2. See what he does. 1 to 1 is a D, so that's a nothing.
Nothing. And you got this 2 to 1 up here, right?
I think I did that one already.
Oh, okay.
One,
I don't
two.
think
No,
you
no,
did.
no, no. You're right. You're right. You're right. But he has a range of 1, so he's not in range of the
Oh, he's
ogre.
not in range. Nope.
But the light tank, though, is. So he's going to also shoot at the
What
treads.
light tank?
The one that's on fire right now.
Is he gonna shoot his embers, his burning embers at me?
1 to 1 is a D, so that's a nothing. All right. That is my shooting. Now I do my movement. I don't have any GEVs. They've all been turned to ash, so it is the ogre's movement turn.
Very critical here. So here's what I'm going to do. I can make a mad dash, but I can only move it once. So here's what I'm going to do. Move into this hex. I have anti-personnel weapons remaining. I destroy that infantry. Okay. Now it's my fire phase.
But don't
With
you
my
take
remaining,
a tread point damage?
no, not against infantry.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry, go on.
Infantry I can squash. So now um, I have a 3 to 1 attack versus that infantry unit ahead of me.
All right.
And what did I get?
3 to 1. X destroyed.
Got it. Okay, so now this is going to get very interesting. You're still out of range for my. I can't even get at your howitzers, and right now I'm in between both of them. This is exactly what you wanted.
That's exactly what I wanted you. Yep.
Did I waste my opportunity by getting rid of the missiles when I did? So I guess all I have left then is I'm going to just unload on the infantry and do my best because I'm not within range of the CP yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 4 to 1 with the main battery against that infantry unit, and I destroy it because the worst that can happen is the D. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a 3 to 1 against. Wait, hold on a second. No, range of 2. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm
he's
going to
in
go
range.
ahead and do 6 attack factors versus your 2 defense factors.
Okay.
I'm going to destroy. Actually, no. I'm sorry. No, that's not automatic.
Oh,
I have to roll.
yeah.
I have to roll. So here we go. So I got a 2 to 1. Here we go.
2 to 1 is an NE.
Ooh. Oh no.
It's gonna come down to some dice rolls here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 to 1 again. I need to get rid of that thing. I'm gonna. Oh wow, I did not anticipate
Hero
that.
point.
Hero point. My last 2 secondary batteries. What I get?
This is a 2 to 1.
Yep.
X.
All right, took them out.
Kaboom.
And yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh dear. Oh
Now
dear.
here's the critical point though for you. Again, your CP has a defense value of 1. So a 4 to 1 against a yeah, it destroys it. So if I can get within 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
I will win this game because all I have to do is fire the main battery and I can wipe it out. But I am 2 turns away from that. So what can you do to me? I'm going to be within your howitzers field of fire the entire
2,
time.
3. These guys are moving in. Movement of value 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right.
So
here.
when John thought I was completely wasting,
I thought you
don't
were,
know,
man. I thought I was like, holy cow, this guy's just blowing these guys apart.
the
All right.
dice rolls have turned. The gods of war have turned.
Normally, I would say do the howitzer first, but I'm going to save those, and I'm going to take my infantry first and peck away at the treads because I just need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 points of damage. These guys can do 3, 4, 5, 6 total. Yeah, 1 howitzer's going to fire at the treads.
Okay.
So let's see what he gets. And he is a D, nothing.
Ah, yes, good.
All right, now the other howitzer is going to fire at your treads.
Okay.
This is it. 1 to 1. You ready?
Yeah.
It is a D.
Ah.
Now the one infantry, it's a strength 1. He's going to fire at your treads. Oops. That's a D as well. The strength 3 infantry that's right next to you. Come on. Give me something. It's a D. Nothing. And then the light tank. Come on, treads. Take those things out. NE. Nothing. Everything I fired at didn't do anything.
That was not what you wanted.
That was I was expecting something at least, but holy cow, nothing hit that round. All right, it's going to come down to the wire. I don't have any GEVs to move, so it is the Ogre's movement phase.
1.
Blop.
1 space closer to winning.
However, now you're going to unload.
Yes, I am definitely going to unload. You're out of range of my deadly anti-personnel weapons, but I could not afford to see. There is this interesting strategy here. I could have just ran over your tank, taken the 2 tread damage, and probably destroyed it, and then stayed within 1 hex of that infantry and destroyed it. But I can't take the chance. Your howitzers are going to win. I got to win this game. I don't want to be immobilized just within range of victory. So
be like the Terminator, just around the girl's neck, just so close.
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and unload the secondary batteries at the light tank. That would be 12 attack factors versus, well, actually, you know what? That's a little bit overkill, isn't it? But I like overkill. 12 versus 2 is a 6-1. I completely destroy the light tank. Okay. Howitzers are still out of range. I'm going to go ahead and fire battery of 4 attack strength versus this will be a 4-1 against the 1-1 infantry. So 4-1 destroys it because you only have 1 strength point.
Right.
And this is it, John. This is your chance to win the game.
All right, so you're done firing.
Yep, it is your movement and then fire phase.
Okay, there's a movement. I'm down to 3 guys. Okay, the 1 howitzer fires. Oops. And rolling. I got a D.
Oh.
Nothing. The other howitzer fires. I got an NE. Nothing.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. The infantry fire. 1-1 is an X.
Oh.
So they do 3 points of damage to your
any
treads.
One of those artillery had hit, John.
Yep. So now I am done. Your turn.
My turn.
1. You have a range of 3.
I have a range of 3, and there is a 4. I think you only have a 1 defense. I actually, you know what? I think I destroy it no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's a 0 defense, actually.
Yeah, I do believe you're correct. If I fire it with anything,
yeah, it
takes out the command post. Yeah, so
boom.
Boom.
You win.
Wow.
I get to fire my howitzers again? No.
Yeah, I mean, technically you could. If you go ahead and look at the victory conditions, it says all defending units destroyed, complete Ogre victory. Command post destroyed and Ogre escapes. Ogre victory. Command post and Ogre destroyed, marginal Ogre victory.
Oh, okay.
So if you can disable me, command post not destroyed. So I mean, if we wanted to keep playing this out, you could go ahead and reduce my victory if you wish.
Give me 1 more turn. So
okay,
these guys are gonna move in. The 1 howitzer is gonna fire. Oh, that's an X. Oh man, now I get the X.
Okay, so here's what happens in the game, because at this point we might as well stop, because I'll tell you what's going to happen. Because I am immobilized, I can't move, which means you are now out of range, except for that poor infantry unit, which I'm just going to slaughter.
Which are running like hell.
Yeah. With the exception of that, I can't fire at your howitzers. So your howitzers could just fire at me until the end of the game. You could just keep firing and firing and firing until you whittle away all of my offensive systems. So we might as well just call this an Ogre destroyed situation. So if you look at the victory conditions now, okay, it says command post destroyed and Ogre destroyed. It's only a marginal Ogre victory. You've reduced my triumph to just a marginal victory.
Ha. Defiant till the very end. I got to admit that was a really fun game, and it really came down to the wire.
Yes.
I mean, the
I
Ogre
didn't
did
think your
win.
strategy was going to work. I really didn't. I was like, there's no way he's going to do it. But once I got within range of those howitzers and you had them placed very well, you drew my ogre right in between both of them, and you just kept pounding me.
Yep, and just take out those tracks. I mean,
Yep.
that's key. Because I was hoping to do tracks to slow you down to at least a one, and then once I got you down to a one movement, I was gonna start taking out those secondary batteries, because those are actually more powerful than your main gun. Because your main
Hmm.
battery can only fire once. These guys have four of them,
And you
and
know
with you,
what?
what's that?
I played right into your strategy now. I think about it. When I did the ramming attacks and I ran over your tanks, I was destroying my trade units doing that.
Yep. So that just helped me out some. So on that note, guys, that is going to complete Ogre. I want to thank you for watching and listening. I hope you had a really good time. I hope we've inspired you to go out and get the game and check it out. These classics games are so much fun, and I think we plan on doing so much more of them. So stay tuned. We got some really cool stuff down the line. So on that note, I'm John Merritt.
I'm Rob Nothing.
Guys, thank you for listening and watching.
Adios.